What's up, guys? My name is Scott. Today we are out in the woods looking at abandoned structures, searching for September elk, bumping into all sorts of wildlife, and doing a little bit of stump shooting. Follow along on the adventure. What's up, guys? Today we are headed up into the mountains to do a little scouting in my elk unit for September. I drew a really good elk tag this year. It borders Estes Park, which means that they might be some pretty big monsters in there. We've got some cameras set up in the mountains, so we're gonna go take a look, and we are also bringing the bow with us to do a little stump shooting, dust the cobwebs off, and yeah, it should be good. It's a beautiful area up there. You guys are gonna love it. You?
Yeah, enjoy.
How's it going?
Good luck on the trail camp.
Thanks. I love iced coffee so much. I literally cannot live without it. All right, you guys, we are out in the woods, out here in Colorado. I spend a bunch of time out here. I've got a camera on a water hole about half a mile from here. You can drive closer, but I like walking the woods and just seeing what kind of sign is going on. So yeah, we'll bring the bow. We will take a little bit of a walk, and we will check the camera and then come back. So this is a summer spot. I don't expect to see elk on the camera. I would be pretty surprised if we did, but maybe there's like a straggler somewhere down there. They end up here around September. I've seen them here in September. But yeah, I would be surprised if they're here. We'll see. The camera will reveal itself, you know? So I'm gonna throw some pants and boots on, and then we will boogie. So obviously there's nothing in season right now. It is the middle of the summer. But I will be bringing the bow along just to do some stump shooting. Stump shooting is a great way to practice like in-field shooting. Bring a couple arrows that you don't really care about, lob them at some broken old stumps, see how your accuracy is doing, get used to carrying the bow in the field. And honestly, the reason I'm bringing it is so I can get a little bit of practice filming for September for you guys, because I don't really film myself much with like this setup hunting. And I'm excited to give it a go. But we will be watching out for moose, because there are a lot of them here, and they're quite aggressive right now. And yeah, trying to have some fun. Should be good. And obviously we're going to be practicing a little bit of calling because we're out in the woods, so we might as well give it a rip. That was not that bad. I've heard way worse calls out here than that one. They won't be bugling, and they're not around here, so I feel less like worried about doing this, but we'll give it another go here. That's not bad. One more. Not bad. All right, you guys. So like I said before, I don't expect there to be any elk on camera, but it's nice to have the camera soak in and just see what's out here. It's cool because sometimes you get bear on camera, which is really fun. But yeah, I mean, we are heading down to the camera now, and we'll keep an eye on things. I have been to this spot a whole bunch, and it is one of my favorite places to hunt. The terrain is really cool, and there's a big water source, so that's what my camera's sitting on right now, is water. I got the bow with me just to take some pop shots at some stumps, and yeah, we'll move down. We're headed down into a little bit of a basin here. So this is what it'll hopefully look like when we are in September and we have an elk in front of us. Got him, baby, he's down. Just kidding. Now, like I said, part of the reason you go stump shooting is to sort of get in your systems in your brain before you're like out hunting. You know, you take your bow for a walk in the woods the first time and you're like, this thing doesn't move the way I want it to, or it's weird setting up shots. So it's just nice to have a little bit of practice, and plus it's fun. Trad bows are unserious, you know? If you came out here with a compound, you were lobbing arrows at stumps, you'd be like, that was like $50 an arrow or whatever they cost, $30 an arrow or something. These are nice and cheap, and you can break them. Right now, it is like probably 90 degrees. It is actually so hot out here. I feel like people often misinterpret how hot the mountains are, especially in the summer. But it's crazy because, I mean, come tail season, it'll snow immediately after a day like this, and you're just like, well, that's weird. So you kind of have to be prepared for both. But yeah, it's so hot right now, it's crazy. So something has been through here pretty recently. You can see like hoof marks there. I mean, there's a lot of mule deer out here, but something that uses big hoof prints like that, or leaves big hoof prints like that, is most likely an elk. You know, I've never shed hunted before, but I would really like to. I don't know how to do it, and I know there's like specific seasons in Colorado to do it, but like I think it'd be so cool to find like a big ass elk antler in the woods. Oh yeah, there's more footprints right through here too. No poop though, which means whatever came through here was not super poopy. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, we're gonna take another stump shot here. So for those who are curious, I'm using these little small game points with flu arrows, which are just feathers that slow down arrows. It's a nice stump over there. Oh my God, there's a big elk coming in. A little high. Take another one. It's hard because these arrows don't fly the same as my like broad tip arrows or broad-headed arrows because they're just way lighter. So, good to get some practice, but also take it with a grain of salt. All right, we got my arrows back. As you can see, they're like totally fine. So stump shooting doesn't really do much to like damage your equipment. I just wouldn't recommend sending one of your broadhead arrows that has like a super expensive broadhead or like a nice carbon shaft into a stump. But hey man, whatever you want to do with your own gear is your prerogative. You can do whatever you'd like. So this spot is super, super awesome. I have shot like 4 or 5 turkeys here, and they correspond pretty well with a good habitat. So I really love this spot. Honestly, I feel like I'm maybe a little too glued to it. I need to like get out of here and walk around and scout different areas and stuff, but I don't know, it's just so fun, pretty reliable. So I probably won't find elk here in September, but it's nice to see what's on these water holes. There's other places that will probably be more productive, I'm sure. But for now, I can't wait to show you guys what I got on camera. Since this is a water hole and there are really big game animals that come through here, you kind of have to be a little careful walking up on the watering hole. The last thing you want to do is startle a moose with a calf, but typically during midday you're pretty safe on the animal front. The other day, like I mentioned before, my mom got ran down by a moose. I was there, my brother was there. Basically, we turned the corner and there was a huge moose. And yeah, it just charged. And I went to the left, my brother went to the right, and my mom ran straight back the way that she came, and she almost got kicked in the head. Missed her by like 6 inches. So, pretty scary stuff. So, just be aware. You know, if you see a big dark shape in the woods, it's probably a moose, not a tree. I have run into them here before, so just gotta keep a weary eye. So this is the water hole. Yeah, there's often a lot of foot traffic for animals right through here. And over here on the corner is my camera. Right here. Right there. Pull it down and take a look at it. Might have died. Looks like the battery isn't working, so I guess we'll see what's on this little card here. All right. We got our little USB dongle. Bada boom. That was weird. And we got our phone. Let's see what we got. This is a super handy setup. You just plug it right in. You're good to go. Oh, we got a bear. That's cool. A big bear. He's a bit of a bruiser. I'll throw this footage in the overall edit, but oh, that's so cool. Look at that cinnamon colored black bear. Really pretty. Oh, he's big. That is a big old bear. Maybe a squirrel sitting on my camera. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, we got a moose, a bull. Big boy. Nice. Yeah, that's really cool. His little antlers are just coming in. Yeah, he hung around for a long time. Oh, we got a bobcat. Oh, so cool. Look at that. Well, we got a lot of cool stuff on camera. No elk, obviously, we expected that. But I'm going to take this card and this reader with me because those batteries are dead, which means I have to come back out here and change them. So maybe I'll do that in the next week or so. But for now, I'm just going to take the card home and bring you guys some footage so you guys can see it on the YouTube video. Sweet! A lot of cool stuff. 2 cats, bunch of bobcats, 2 bears, shitloads of moose. But yeah, pretty cool trail camera haul, I'd say. I always love seeing that stuff. But no elk. So, not the elk spot, at least right now. All right, you guys, we are going to go and boogie to our next spot just to go and scout a little bit. It's a bit of a drive from here, but I think it'll be totally fine. super cool. That trail camera always provides. I really love what I get to catch on camera. There's normally turkeys there too. I'm not sure where the turkeys are. And like deer and elk kind of come and go here, but typically we get moose, bears, cats. Just a fun little camera setup. So we'll boogie back up to the truck and we will get on out of here. Oh, we got a little baby turkey feather. Check it out. Oh, it's so cute. Definitely gonna keep that. Just found this cool little turkey feather. Maybe off a poult or like one of the, I mean, this is really weird because this is a wing feather. So this must have been off of like a tiny turkey, like a little itty bitty turkey, but, or maybe like an end feather, like up on the inside. Super cool. Definitely keeping it though. Maybe we'll put it, put it there for now. Bam. Boom. I always get nervous post-winter here just because turkeys are my favorite thing to hunt, and there's like a lot of predators out here, man, you know? So I just like to know that my turkey friends make it, and it seems like they have, which is good because you can hunt them in the fall. Like I said before, you can hunt them with a rifle, which is nuts, and you can also hunt females and males. Last year I missed 3 turkeys with the bow. And that's honestly just part of the game with the bow, but it is really fun to come out here and chase them. So cool to see them on the landscape. A baby mule deer just booked out of here. Scared the living hell out of me. Cool though. The hardest part about this whole YouTube thing is learning how to do this and capture everything at the same time, you know? Oh, I need to get a second camera. Just have it rolling on my chest the whole time. Yeah, he just boogied right across there. Had spots and everything. But at least it wasn't a calf moose, because that would have been bad. Cool to know that the mule deer are just putting their little babies in this meadow over here. Really cool. Oh man. I am sweating hard. All right, you guys, let's go get a bottle of water or Gatorade or something from one of the like mountain stores. All right, you guys, we are at our second spot, and check out what I just stumbled upon. I have never been here, so this is pretty new to me, but it looks pretty cool. Definitely doesn't look safe, so I will not be going too far in it, but pretty rad. Yeah, I'm not like super keen on stepping in there and falling through. Let's take a look over here. Oh yeah. Wow. Pretty cool, guys. Look at that. And then you check it out right there. That's where you'd fall through to the floor. Nice. You know, anytime you come out in the woods, you're going to stumble upon different stuff and cool things, and, you know, so much cool stuff out here. But a lot of trash. I don't know. Pretty rad. Oh yeah, this one maybe was not as destroyed. Wow. Really cool. Look at that. Pretty beat up. Nice. It's hard with these spots because they have tons of old elk sign. So you're like, oh man, it feels promising here. But they're just not here right now, so it's like, is it a good spot? You don't really know. But I don't know if I like this area. It's pretty arid, dry, not a lot of water. And elk need the water every day, so it's hard for them to come up to spots like this and really enjoy it. But yeah, we'll check again closer to the season. Okay guys, this is actually better sign than we've seen kind of a lot of other places. Now this elk poop is like really dry, but you can see there's like a tiny bit of moisture on that guy right there, which means they were here pretty recently. So my intel is pretty good that this might be an elky area. Definitely more of a travel corridor than a hangout spot, but hey man, travel corridor is all you really need, especially during the season. So we're on them, kinda. Looks like we found a spine, a rib bone of definitely a mule deer. These ribs are tiny, maybe a little doe, but we're in the right spot. All right, you guys, we've got a mule deer right in front of us. A little ways off. She's already clocked me. She's right through those trees right there. I've got the wind right now, so maybe she won't booger off immediately, but she'll bust here soon. Right there. Oh, no way. She's got a wound on her side. That's crazy. Okay, so that was really cool because last year my buddy shot a doe in this area, a doe mule deer, and wounded it and lost it. And that doe had a broadside wound, pretty big. And I would bet money that that is the same doe that he shot. And she looked perfectly healthy. Other than the like scarring on the side, she like bounded down pretty healthily. And cool, man. Wildlife is pretty resilient. That means this spot is great, honestly. So we're in good shape. All right, you guys, I am super tired. It's super hot out. So we had a pretty productive day. We checked the trail cameras, got a bunch of cool wildlife on footage, saw a bunch of cool wildlife, saw some mule deer, some turkeys, stuff like that. And now we are headed back to the truck. So we're gonna be spending a lot more time in the woods, videos like this, getting ready for September, dialing in the call setups. You know, I might do a gear video here shortly about things that I really like in terms of like outdoor gear. But other than that, if you guys like fishing, hunting, gardening, outdoor cooking, all the above, follow me, subscribe, and watch me whip it this fall when I blow it and don't shoot an elk.